Welcome, my people, to a new video. On the one hand, I have removed that name already. My channel is now called Alexis Hidalgo Tech. Easy to remember my name, and I added tech at the end to differentiate it from my main channel called Alexis Hidalgo. And what are we going to talk about today? The topic of the moment in the tech world. Samsung announced yesterday its new devices, high-end premium, that are the Galaxy S25, S25 Plus line. Ultra, S25 Ultra, and they announced, I suppose, S25 Slim or Edge, for which they showed a preview, but ultimately it's not known what they're going to do with it. What we're going to talk about here is whether it is worth buying if you are a technology lover or if you have the money to change your phone every year. Samsung has phones that unfortunately lose value very quickly over time. And if you wait between one generation and another to change, you are basically going to pay for a phone costing 1,000 euros, for example, and you'll have to sell it for 300. For example, I recently bought an S21 Ultra, and I bought it for 265 euros. So imagine if you keep the phone for a couple of generations, you're going to have to take and sell it for 200 or 300 euros when you come to see it. Practically new in mint condition now. Difference between the S24 Plus and the S25 Plus. And I am going to focus on this phone because I have the S24 Plus right now. I'm using the iPhone, but I have the S24 Plus at home. And watching the presentation yesterday already to that phone, age doesn't matter. They launched them just to launch them in the presentation. Almost all the images seen were with the Ultra, everything there was from the Samsung S25 Ultra, and technically from another image, and their small of the other two models, the base model, the Plus model, and add one or two colors that are available only for online orders. And well, in general terms, very little publicity is being given by Samsung to the new phones, the base model, the Plus model. What changes in this phone? Clearly it's not worth changing. I am going to explain why it's clearly not worth changing, because among the 3 or 4 improvements they announced, some of them we won't even notice. For example, an improvement they announced is more artificial intelligence functions. Watch out, the new artificial intelligence function is the same as those already included in the Google Pixel 9 Pro and the Google Pixel 9 Normal, meaning that what it's telling me is that being Android is allowing Samsung to use its artificial intelligence functions, like when you take a bunch of photos, so the best face shows up. The best face of each person in the photo turns out well. Erase background noise, all that Google has had since October of last year, and I believe the Google Pixel 8 already had some of those features too. So the Google Pixel 9, which was announced in October, added all those functions which were announced again yesterday as artificial intelligence. They say that the screen is a little more resistant. People don't even notice that they say the phone is 6 grams lighter or 9 grams lighter. People don't notice that they say the phone is a little thinner. People won't notice that they say that the screen size, the screen itself did not grow, but the bezels are a little thinner, the edges are a little thinner. So besides that, the same RAM, we have a new graphic processor just like always. One never notices the difference, especially people who don't play games. We have a new regular processor. Something interesting is that apparently they are going to make commissions with the S23. The S23, when they launched it 100% with Snapdragon processor worldwide. And I continue. According to what I was seeing yesterday, It seems because I even went to the Samsung page in France, and it seems that the phone will come with Snapdragon Elite in all their models. Snapdragon Elite for Samsung, I think it's called, and they are not going to use Exynos this year. So apparently that's how it's going to be now, as they talk too much about the models of the Model to Ultra, and they didn't talk much about the Plus or the base model. I suppose that the other two models, the base model and the Plus model, will also come with Snapdragon, although we still have to wait because sometimes they don't say it, and when you end up buying it, it comes with Exynos, and well, in the end, the problem with Exynos is always the same: less battery performance, and it gets a little hotter when it's in the process of very high demand. Among the changes, there is a technology that the screen has. It has the same amount of brightness. It has 2600 nits of brightness. The screen technology is a technology that allows what the screen consumes less energy, still having 120 Hz refresh rate, the screen's refresh rate, but it has technology that makes it consume less battery, and it's supposed to go from 36 hours of video playback to 37 hours of video playback, meaning you can have 1 or 2 more hours of phone use with this new technology. The battery size is still 5000 milliamp hours, and the RAM is still 12 gigabytes for most models. And for some of the base models, if I'm not mistaken, they came with 8 gigabytes of RAM. The Ultra model changed the camera. In the wide angle camera, I put a camera now with 50 megapixels. That is the only difference that the Ultra model has. The Plus models and the base model have no changes. The same number of megapixels, the same camera, everything the same. And visually the new phone looks even a little more attractive because they did like a redesign to the cameras on the outside, to the camera module on the outside, but in terms of configuration, it is the same configuration, base price. Now, if you buy it on sale, there are various prices here in Europe. It's good to buy it with the carrier. It will be 100 euros cheaper. So the phone of 1049, yes, the phone of 1149, I believe. I remember very well that the Plus, the one of 1149 will cost 1049 if you buy it with an operator. If you do not buy it with an operator and buy it through Samsung, then in the pre-order for the price of a 256 gigabyte one, you will receive one of 502. And the Ultra version with 512 is at the price of the Plus version with 512. That's something like what I saw on the website. So you have the possibility of buying a phone with double the storage. So they say, for 200 or 300 euros less, and take advantage of the pre-order. Now, if you don't buy pre-order and you buy it through the operator, through your operator, you can have a reduction of 100 euros. For me, the base version, which costs 900 and something euros, ends up costing me only 800 and something euros, for example. And if you do what they call here the takeover, which is where they accept the old phone and give you a new one, the takeover for the S24 Plus would be around 600 and something euros. And 600 and something euros, and I would have to give 600 and something euros more to get the S24 Plus. Unfortunately, I don't see any reason to change. To give you an idea, when I switched to the iPhone 15 Pro Max, I did it only because it was Type-C. Only for that reason and no other. For no other reason, so let's watch the video up to here. If you like the video, give it a like, share it, and don't forget to subscribe to Alexis Hidalgo Tech. We will bring you more information regarding devices, and you already know. See you next time.